Today on Sky World News, dozens die in coordinated bomb attacks across Iraq. Mass murder in Mexico. Troops find the bodies of 72 migrants butchered by a drug gang. Also, the fugitive tycoon Asil Nadir talks exclusively to Sky News. He's been on the run from Britain for 17 years. The Taliban threatens to target foreign aid workers helping in the rescue mission after the Pakistan floods. A sad time in our lives. Tiger and his wife speak out after their divorce. And in sport, a Peter Crouch hat-trick takes Spurs into the Champions League.
Live from the Sky News Centre, this is Sky World News with Lukwesa Burak.
A very good morning to you and a warm welcome to World News. Well, let's cross to South Africa and say a very good morning to Jennifer Sue.
Hello and a very good morning to you. I'm Jennifer Sue in Johannesburg with a look at what's making business news on the African continent. We start off in South Africa, where powerful trade union COSATU is upping the pressure on government. It's threatened a total shutdown of South Africa's economy. That's unless its wage demands are met. The strike has entered its second week. Workers are demanding an 8.6% pay hike, government sticking to 7%. The union is giving government until next Thursday to reach a deal. Failing that, another 2 million could come out. Experts believe the country's losing R1 billion per day. They warn that COSATU's move could deal a heavy blow to manufacturing, a key driver of South Africa's economy. Over to Botswana, where the country must undertake drastic cuts in its public sector. That's according to the World Bank, at least. It's citing a drastic fall in diamond revenues. Botswana is the world's largest diamond producer. Diamonds account for 33% of its GDP, and that's helped it typically run a budget surplus. But the global crisis has weakened diamond revenue. They've fallen by as much as 50% in the past 2 years. The bank says Botswana's economy is at a turning point and must slash public sector spending to ensure fiscal sustainability. And over in Nigeria, the country is bumping up investment in power and aviation. It's to pour $2 billion into those areas. The money is part of a $4 billion fund announced in March. It'll allow lenders in Nigeria to borrow at low rates. The fund is aimed at beefing up new projects and also at helping to refinance existing loans. Nigeria's state-owned Bank of Industries will administer the fund. Time now for a look at your news in brief right now. Well, Harmony Gold Mining says that it will delay development of an $816 million shaft at its Evander mine in South Africa due to cash constraints. South Africa's CPI slowed to 3.7% year-on-year in July, its weakest in more than 4 years. That's from 4.2% in June. And Australian carbon services firm Shift to Neutral has signed a deal aimed at boosting renewable energy in the DRC. And that's a wrap of your African business news. Reporting for Summit TV in Johannesburg, I'm Jennifer Sue. Now back to you at the Sky News Centre in London.
Lovely, thank you, Jennifer. Currencies and markets now. While US stocks edged higher on Wednesday, there was an early decline, but that prompted some buying despite more weak economic data that dimmed hopes for a robust recovery. New US single-family home sales slumped to a record slow pace in July, while orders for costly durable goods rose far less than anticipated. It's a bit of financial news there. Now, back to Britain, and a British woman who was caught on CCTV dumping a cat in a wheelie bin says she's profoundly sorry for her misjudgment. Footage of Mary Bale throwing the tabby in a bin has led to an angry online campaign, with some animal lovers calling for her death. Sky's Lisa Dowd reports.
You regret what happened,
comment
Mary?
at the moment. Of course I do. There is a press statement and there's no further... There is no further comment at this stage.
People might just understand, Mary, if you just tell us.
As I say, there is a press release that has been sent out which will hopefully answer some questions. I've got no further comments
Mary,
at
are you
this
sorry
stage.
about what happened?
Of course I am.
In the statement, Mary Bale said her actions had been a split-second misjudgment that has got completely out of control. She said she wanted to apologise profusely for the upset caused. She just didn't want to say it on camera. Her statement continued, "I cannot explain why I did this. It is completely out of character, and I certainly did not intend to cause any distress to Lola or her owners." It was Lola's owners who caught Mary Bale on CCTV, dumping their tabby in their bin. They posted the footage online in the hope someone could identify the culprit. But along with helpful comments came anger and even death threats. One Facebook group has been removed by moderators.
I've been told she's apologised, but it still doesn't make it right what she's done. I wouldn't wish any harm against her, you know, it's not very nice. I wouldn't wish it upon myself, but it's still not right what she's done, and I say hopefully the RSPCA and the police will be able to do something about it.
As police keep a close eye on Mary Bale for her own safety, Lola the cat seems unaware of all the drama following her 15-hour ordeal. A friend said the affair had also been a nightmare for the Bale family.
People do silly things, don't they, all of the time. You know, I couldn't say why she did that. You know, we all seen it on the television and we're wondering why she did it, but she's suffering, isn't she? Absolutely. And the cat is okay, obviously.
I wondered if you mind just apologising to the family just on camera for me, Mary. As the RSPCA investigation continues, Mary Bale has promised to cooperate fully. She also hopes the matter can be resolved as soon as possible. Lisa Dowd, Sky News, Coventry.
The International Herald Tribune shows a child wounded following a series of bombings across Iraq. In Spain, El País has the murder of 2 Spanish police trainers in Afghanistan, shot dead by their driver. Germany's Frankfurter Allgemeine reports that the US is to intensify its military campaign against suspected al-Qaeda militants in Yemen. The Berliner Zeitung shows some of the millions of Pakistanis facing hunger and disease after the devastating floods. In the UK, The Independent reports on the devastation caused by feuding drug cartels in Mexico. The Daily Telegraph, also from Britain, pictures the spy who was found dead in his London flat, but leads with claims the Conservatives are offering business leaders access to ministers for money. France's Le Monde has the latest polls looking ahead to the general elections in 2012. And finally, the Jyllands-Posten claims that it's a myth that the Danes have sex twice a week.
Hello again, sports headlines now, and it's been a busy night in the Champions League. Tottenham are through to the group stages with a 4-0 win over Swiss side Young Boys at White Hart Lane. They go through 6-3 on aggregate. Ajax are also through at the expense of Dynamo Kiev. There were wins too for Auxerre, Zelina and FC Copenhagen. And the Colorado Rockies stunned the Atlanta Braves, coming from a 9-run deficit to win 12-10. They were down 10-1 by the 3rd inning before the fight back. The Major League record for the biggest comeback is 12 runs.